We are back again in the gaming seat. This time we're doing Vampire the Beast. Bit easier on my throat. And I was actually looking up if there was a guide for like the sessions of this game. There isn't. So I might do save scumming eventually. Because I want to get the sessions perfect. This is where we left off, though. Alright, I'm doing Wonderling. I hope you're a bit ready for a challenge tonight.
Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult.
Alright,
Here,
who is it?
look at her intake form.
Isabella D'Este. Dang, she's got some funny tasting hats.
Isabella D'Este was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Magenta, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. You can't hear the game? Hold on. Hold on. Right now it's just background music. No one's... Arrows of Fifi! Yeah. Let me go to the...
I think you should get along quite well then.
let me turn up the... Oh, everything's already all the way maxed. I turned it up a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. She received a humanist education, knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite.
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone. But I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite.
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
Hi, Grandma.
Sam Walls at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this man.
Ah!
I am not running.
Forgot
a
my phone was
house.
on.
You may call me Senora.
Signora. Right off the bat, this is not good. Signora. I think this sound is the closest to what she's trying to say.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, young man?
No. No, I did not want to mess it up. No. Load. Ah.
All right, Senora.
No, I have not seen any Nora.
I think every single one is a mess up, yeah.
All right, Senora.
Sin Nora? Must you assault my ears with your Neolithic grunting?
Yeah, it didn't matter.
I'm doing the best I can.
Then speak properly. Repeat after me. Signora. Say it.
Signora.
Signora! Signora!
Signora?
Porca miseria, this is not going to be easy, is it?
Therapy ain't never easy, Signora.
So, therapy is always easy then.
I said it ain't never easy, Signora.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Oh my god.
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Signora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very well.
Oh,
I
wait.
suppose it will do.
Her eyes are like one of the normal looking ones. The first vampire that has normal looking eyes. Unless maybe she's wearing contacts or something. We don't know.
I'm just here to help, Signora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Oh.
Hey, I love the cinema. I can't get enough Hollywood. All that glitz and glamour. Them celebrities sure know how to look good.
Per favore, they look like employees of a peacock
Yeah.
brothel.
No, that wasn't it. Though I think she's gonna be upset with every answer. What's
Well, not
blonde
many
with
of
her?
our kind are movie buffs. What are some of your favorite films?
I would hesitate to say favorite. But
Okay, there we
are
go.
some films that are more acceptable than others. For instance, Beneath the Velvet Dusk or In Search of Sadness are engaging explorations of the mortal condition.
Oh, I ain't heard of them. You ever seen The Three Stooges?
Utter vulgarity. I do not waste my time with such nonsense. Alas, these Stooges 3 would be preferable to the abomination I saw at the cinema that made me realize just how dead I am.
I'm gonna laugh if it's like Twilight or some other vampire movie.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible. And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind.
What was the movie?
I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker, basically. The last Star Wars movie is what made her hate life. Oh my god.
Wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush. This stinking trash. This is what the people want. You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
I think it's disqualifying the positive. No,
For such a
wrong.
complicated woman, the
No,
answers
I don't
are-
want to get it wrong. I don't want to get it wrong. I want to get it. Okay. Is it labeling? Because she's calling herself just dead? Or is it Nosferatu thinking? Maybe it is control fallacy. No!
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly
Not a should statement. Labeling? What the
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly simple for
Nosferatu thinking?
Don't seem
There we
that
go.
dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
This one is control fallacy. There we go.
Benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
I think this is disqualifying the positive.
Come
Yes.
on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's effort to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
Oh.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
This one's
You're
easy.
saying art should have meaning and purpose. But does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a pointless reason.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Not being being rude to him. He's not a peasant. He's a cowboy.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing
Never
gonna
mind,
change that
he
reality.
considers himself a
Let's
peasant.
get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
Labeling?
Now, why
Yes.
you gotta go and call yourself names?
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be. Allow me to continue. You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman, railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Because you are.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
Mood.
But what happened when you were 16?
I got married.
I think I get it.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Her husband could not please her, and she's been disappointed ever since.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband, he taught me the meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty.
Yeah, considering her age, I do think it was
all
arranged.
fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
You mean being nudists?
An utterly disgusting and prurient notion. Genitalia should be covered at all times.
Oh boy, you sound like a politician from my home state.
Then your politicians are very wise.
I ain't so sure about that.
They are at least sensible enough to know the purpose of the penis is procreation, not exhibition. Such a thing is not in God's image.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Hold on, let me save and then I'll read what the achievement says real quick. Ashcroft's enemy suggested some tasteful nudity. That's the name of the achievement.
You
Yeah.
really think we've got that much control, Senora? All we gotta do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the Almighty?
Yes, it seems quite clear to me.
Senora, if that's how it is, It ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Should? No.
You know there have been many entities over time that have tried.
Is this also just Nosferatu thinking? No.
You know there have been many entities over time.
Probably another control
You've been
policy.
around
Yep.
a while, Senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Samwalls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
This one is Nosferatu thinking.
Hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a farmer?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Maybe she is a closeted lesbian, we don't know.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Nope.
Our esteemed client is very good at coming up with.
Another control fallacy? No.
Our esteemed client is very good at coming up.
It's not Nosferatu thinking, it's not control fallacy. To disqualifying the positive? No.
Our esteemed client is very good at coming up with names for others, isn't she? Perhaps you can.
Wait, no, she's labeling.
Sounds
Yes!
to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features. Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Well, sure, why the heck not?
Aw, Sam's a nice guy.
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
This one I think is a should statement.
I think
Yes.
this here's the meat of it, Senora.
Hey.
The filet mignon.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won. That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life. Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction. When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
That's what's really going on here.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body. Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against.
I mean, she's not wrong there.
You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
All the options are yes.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly.
Okay, good.
Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the
Down
power
was
to
easy.
change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
He's pointing a mirror at all of us, because a mirror doesn't work for him.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, indeed, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
Okay, Grandma. Bye.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That I believe.
The older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it. I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
You don't need to tell me twice. All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
Yay!
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Alright, we got upgraded. Thinks life was meaningless because Modern Art is meaningless too. Apparently this rise of the spacewalk movie set her off. Extremely high-minded, major issues with her former husband. Thinks most people are corrupt, especially men. Used to be devout Catholic, not so much anymore. Likes to be in control, maybe a lot of control fallacies. Next time I'll dig into the family stuff. Seems like there's a lot of anger there. I think it's more like a rest, you know, like good night, rest well kind of thing, but, you know, rest in peace instead. Yes.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
Your daughter.
My horse, actually. She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
You didn't answer my question, Gunslinger. What's got you down?
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school.
Ooh, you went to law school,
Until I learned to speak
nice.
their language.
You're a lawyer?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind, before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
I think she heard me.
Well, she did say that I'd given her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Yeah, take the W, Sam.
Take the W. What, the wagon?
He doesn't get it.
The win, Gramps. Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And while you're at it, I'll take some B too. That's blood, see?
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bird?
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
Oh, I love that. I love the big scary guy who's actually just like really sweet. I love that trope so much.
What does he do then?
They get a stern warning.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
Yes!
Maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing. Speaking of which, I got a thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Time to crack open a warm one. That's the good stuff. Now, maybe I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration. Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch. Or I could just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
You always talk about the Stooges, so we're gonna watch the
I
Stooges.
never get tired of these jokesters.
A vampire of taste showed your quality of the very finest. That's also an achievement. Do we just keep watching? Is it gonna play an entire episode of the Three Stooges? This is what I wonder. It actually is playing Stooges.
What is your name?
Gail Tempest.
What is your occupation?
I'm a dancer.
On the night of February the 13th, were you working at the Black Bottom Cafe?
I love this so much.
But I didn't do it.
Then who killed Kirk Robin?
I don't know.
Didn't you kill Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor, and ask that the last question be stricken from the records. It is merely an attempt to influence this intelligent, broad-minded, and most intellectual jury.
Objection sustained.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh my god, I think it's literally just gonna play an entire episode of The Stooges if I let it.
Quiet, Polly. If it please the court, Your Honor, at this time I would like to introduce my three main witnesses, Howard, Fine, and Howard.
Mo.
They were here a minute ago. Will you pardon me, Your Honor? I'll be right back.
Hey, what's the idea of spoiling the game?
I was for onesies.
Well, here's twosies.
He was for onesies? You get him to...
Here's fivesies.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, don't you realize Miss Gail Tempest's life is at stake?
I'm gonna look it up. If it is an achievement.
Will you gentlemen please try to be a little more quiet in the court?
Certainly, Judgy, the gate is locked.
Would you please step forward?
Okay, it's not an achievement.
Witness box.
Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now place your left hand here. Take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here. Please take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Now put your
Yeah, apparently they're just playing an entire episode of The Three Stooges.
Raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here. Take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Will you get rid of that hat? Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Huh? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Are you trying to give me the double talk?
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Why don't you answer him?
He's talking pig Latin. I don't know what he's saying.
He's asking you if you swear.
No, but I know all the words.
He's asking you if you'll swear to tell the truth.
Truth is stranger than fiction, Judgy Wudgy.
Kindly address this court as your honor and take the oath. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Certainly. What have I got to lose?
Take the stand.
Where did I put it?
No. Take the stand.
I got it. Now what'll I do with it? Sit down.
You're in a court, not in Clancy's pool room. Sit down.
I'm a victim of circumstance.
Who you hitting? Oh, be quiet. Proceed to the case.
Were you in the Black Bottom Cafe on the night of February the 13th?
Certainly.
Did you at that time see the defendant, Miss Gail Tempest, in any way, shape, or form commit or try to commit bodily harm to the deceased Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor. Counsel's trying to lead the witness. Objection sustained.
Mr. Howard, did you see Miss Gail Tempest in physical fight with Kirk Robin?
If it pleases the court, may I suggest that to allow the witness to testify to what he saw?
I say, Jasper, what comes after 75? 76. That's the spirit.
Request granted. Proceed with the testimony.
Mr. Howard, kindly tell the court what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address the judge as Your Honor.
Well, it was like this, my honor.
Your Honor, not my honor.
Why? Don't you like him?
Allow the witness to proceed. The court understands him.
Thanks, Cordy. You're a pal. Well, me and my pals, we're musicians. We were tearing up some hot swing music in the orchestra. Gail over there was swinging the fans. Her sweetie, Kirk Robin, was inhaling a bottle of hooch at a table. And a hoofer by the name of Buck Wing was getting ready to shake his tootsies.
Kindly speak English and drop the vernacular.
You got it.
Please omit the rest of the entertainment and continue.
Now, Gailey's dance was over. I stuck my head in the office door, and I saw Kirk Robin and Buck Wing arguing over by the parrot cage.
What were they arguing about?
I don't know, but Buck Wing was sizzling like a hot hamburger. He grabs Kirk by the neck like that, see? And drags him over to the letterpress, see? Then he smacks him on the head like that. Then he pokes his coconut into the letterpress, see? Like that. Then he says, I'll squeeze the cider out of your Adam's apple. Then he gives him the works like this.
Oh, please don't actually.
And he keeps turning and twisting. That, ladies and gentlemen, is... What's the matter? You want to kill me?
Oh my god, really?
When the police broke into the office, they found this woman, the defendant, Gail Tempest, bending over the body of the murdered man with a revolver clutching in her hand.
Which only goes to prove that my client is innocent.
Innocent?
Exactly, and I'll prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, the action of this pistol is so hard, it would take the strength of a mule to pull the trigger. Try it.
That's sexist.
No, your ears are too short. So I'm a mule.
Pull the trigger. Never fear, it's not loaded.
And watch it be loaded.
How could Gail Tempest's frail little finger pull the rusty trigger of that instrument of destruction?
See, there was nothing in it. Broad Lane, 9972. After 5 o'clock.
Oh, he broke his ribs twice. Jeez.
What'd you do with my boat in the air? Give me that gun. What happened? Don't point that gun at me. Every man for himself, fellas. There you are, boss. You was called to be a witness, wasn't you? Certainly. So was you. What are you butting in for? You're supposed to be a good one, ain't you? Well, ain't I? And what are you disturbing the court for? Here. Get going.
Stop chewing that gum.
Frightening.
That's literally the achievement, though, of vampires of acquired taste.
Look, I got rid of it. Wait a minute. Hold still. I'll get it. Ow! Ow, my nose!
What the fuck is going on?
Hey, you're in a court, not in the woods, Tarzan. Cut it out. Come on.
Order in this court. What does this parrot mean by find the letter?
There's a whole pile of letters there. Must be here. Look! There's a note tied to the parrot's foot. Come on, Polly, 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 Polly. Come on, Polly, Polly, Polly. Come on, Polly, Polly, Polly.
Birdie!
Come on. Ouch! Look out, here it comes. Catch that parrot. Hey. Oh, my Stradivarius! Oh, my beautiful Stradivarius!
Grab your ear. Come on.
Don't hit the bird!
Find the letter! Find the letter! How we get him now? Let's get some salt and put it on his tail.
That's no way to get a parrot. You gotta wet his feather so he can't fly.
Oh, don't do nothing until you hear from me.
Come on. Give me a hand.
Wait a minute, hold it. What do you mean?
I object, Your Honor. These proceedings, this courtroom.
What's the idea? Give me that hole. I gotta get that parrot. Hey, you!
The bird!
Got that off. Wait a minute, I'll have to tie a knot there.
Give me that. I got it.
Get it?
Get this! Who killed Craig Robin? I killed Craig Robin. And not with my little bow and arrow. Don't try to find me as I'm shuffling off the buffalo. Signed, Buckwing.
Wait a minute.
Just a second now. Now, ready? Hold it.
Does he automatically go to sleep, or does it? I think it just loops. Yeah, it just loops.
I can't help but feel there's some symbolism to the part where Curly gets his head crushed in a vice. All right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier.
That was amazing. Just an entire Three Stooges episode.
Samuel, good evening. I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
Alright, let's see. Had a doozy of a client tonight by the name of Isabella Dist. Holy hell, that is one strong lady. I was shaking in my boots half the time talking to her. Read up on her Wikipedia and was glad I hadn't done that before our session. I've been ever more scared. I'm surprised we could even have a conversation. She was the Pope Leo X's sister-in-law. How the heck do you deal with family like that? Have a nice week otherwise. Been exploring the graveyards here in Leipzig. They're real fancy here. Guess it ain't no surprise. This place has so many ghosts. Goths, not ghosts.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able to help everyone. In truth, I have failed to help clients with this particular disposition many times.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
Oh, they changed the orders of things.
Yeah, all right. Control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Alright, who we dealing with?
Feller, huh? I've known a few of them in my time.
Edmund
They
Keen.
can be a little, self-absorbed.
Edmund Kean was a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. He's credited with the more personal interpretations of characters as opposed to pantomime performances. He lived a tumultuous life on stage, dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. He wished to return to the stage, but expressed his great anger at critics who might review him poorly. He demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen. Yeah, he does see the future a little bit.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him. He comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
Alright.
I hope I'm up to this.
What is this vampire I see before me?
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time.
Hey, Lulu! What's up? You missed the most amazing thing ever. Apparently this game has an entire episode of the Three Stooges just loaded up that you can just sit and watch as Sam inside of his coffin. It was hilarious.
Oh, how fortuitous! A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith.
I think this is the first guy who actually likes us, the first of our clients who actually likes us. Also, I'm noticing a little tiny divot that's missing in his hand right here that I can see the background through, and it's annoying me.
Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because...
Yeah, he's about 235 apparently.
Well, mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions.
You want me to go back and select sexuality just to see what happens? Alright. Well, first, actually, let me save here just so I don't have to do it again.
You're confused about your sexuality.
Such mirth!
It ain't that, man.
What sort of actor would I be if I couldn't get into character?
I don't think they meant get inside characters.
Oh, but that is very good.
Anyway, what I meant to say was... your dressing room's too small. Actors hate it when their dressing rooms are too small.
Indeed, and rooms have been shrinking by the day. The brutes do not understand that creativity requires space to spread out. But nay, my woes have already broken free of that small box. I am Pandora, beset by demons of my own unleashing.
And what are those demons?
Thou knowest, good therapist. Regard well my intake form. You surely know why I am here.
Alright, let me load that.
What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning? And what a piece of work is Vampire! How noble in stature, how infinite in life!
Just let him continue.
In form and moving, how express and admirable! In action, how like a demon! In apprehension, how like a bat! Ah, the beauty of the night!
I'm just gonna keep indulging him because this seems to be like something he hasn't been able to do for a while, which is just like go on big epic monologues like when he was on stage.
And yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust. Dust upon dust. Already that whence we came.
Well, that was a lot.
That's an achievement! Theater buff. Let him monologue.
You understand, don't you? Death has no meaning, because life never had meaning. To die, perchance to sleep.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theater historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus. He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two.
He does seduce men.
He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs.
I mean, he was just being truthful, dude.
This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself. Are all men such fools? Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
We're always gonna have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
I'm pretty sure that's control fallacy, but I'm saving just in case.
Hold on a sec there, partner. Acting became a noble craft because of you? That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it? So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so lives mine art, and this gives life to thee.
Well, those are some pretty words. You make that up yourself?
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft then. It ain't been just you.
Well, naturally. But Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
I'm thinking that's just another control fallacy. I think this guy is just all control fallacy, honestly. Nope.
This is a special client. Remember, that is the story.
Okay. It's not control fallacy. He's not disqualifying the positive because he's basically saying everything is because of him. Maybe it is. Might be a trick.
Oh, wait
It is,
You're
yes!
saying that every actor's success comes straight from you.
Of course. Even the greatest among my art would have been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two actors in the last 300 years have impressed me.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own success?
I suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them. We are not monsters. But the actors of modern times, They are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
This is labeling, 100%.
You're saying modern actors are parrots?
Indeed. They are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but ape the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
But we're here to talk about truth, all right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
Considering this one is control vault again.
Only
Yes.
you can change the course of acting.
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Kean, and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
I mean, you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Yeah. He's real deep in his illusions, yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Well,
I
not.
suppose
Actually, I would say he's more stuck up his own ass.
Americans create anyway. These critics should honor me, as is my due.
Now, this is probably a should statement.
You're saying
Yeah.
critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
Then they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause. But if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
Maybe they just got different tastes.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them. Thou fiend! You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable. I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad, not so you might attack my every word.
Yikes.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation. Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly? Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should be helping?
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles? Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages. His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him.
This vampire is a professional gaslighter.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not let him.
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality.
I hope my laugh isn't too annoying. Trauma you have none. Don't have anything to apologize for. I feel like this will piss him off, but I want to see what happens.
Easy, boy, easy.
Noises!
I shall not go easy. I shall not.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
A good vampire? What on hell?
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
Oh my god! Sam's power is being able to talk to people like they're horses and calm them down.
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes. A friend. A friend.
I was so convinced that was just gonna like piss him off. I did not realize it was going to work.
A friend who wishes to help me.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am, though I scarcely understand how.
Through the power of Cowboy.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
How is therapy like acting?
It is the exploration of the soul, is it not? A journey into pain and truth. We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
That was right. Dana, you were like, Sam, stop pointing a mirror at me. And I was like, he's pointing it at us because he can't look at a mirror himself. So, fun fact, the reason why it was always said that originally vampires had no reflection was because originally mirrors were backed by silver, so it would only be silver-backed mirrors that they had no reflection in. Modern day mirrors they'd be able to see themselves in. Fun fact. Kind of like how silver bullets were actually just normal bullets covered in mercury, and that's what Quicksilver is, mercury. So technically, werewolves are weak to mercury and lead, not silver.
One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections in the mortal audience instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
I would just love to see like a vampire thing though that becomes popular that like debunks all the old myths and stuff and like pointing out how they don't apply to modern things just because of how it was just from the things at the time. Like everything I explained, I wish something from today would do that. I would just like eat that up.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
Yeah, but Twilight also kind of made it that the reason that they can't stand the sun is because they sparkle, which is stupid. Twilight is not a good example. Wow. I just heard my dad like randomly yelling "wow" somewhere, and I don't know why. Probably because I'm streaming again. He doesn't and he's confused why. Did I save? Okay. Yes, I died, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts. Control policy.
See why you're so worked up there, compadre? That's a lot of responsibility you're putting on yourself.
Don't you see? My talent is a gift that must be shared.
Well, there's that word again, must. I'm telling you, man, an expectation is just a resentment waiting to happen. You can't control how the world's gonna move. Maybe people just like a different style of acting.
Of course I know the plebeians will never understand my oeuvre. Of course I cannot control how they will respond.
I guess that's a start.
Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
Labeling.
You calling most of our kind parasites?
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
I'm very sure this is a should statement. Maya did just not want to be unable to safely be outside at day, so she made that a vampire just look strange and can't be seen by humans. No, they literally just sparkle in the sunlight. That was what she did. Like diamonds. I remember reading the books when I was like 12.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something. Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Perhaps. Though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I shall assume that you jest. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Vampires ain't got nothing to offer you.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're painting vampire society with a pretty broad brush. We got some redeeming values.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me, undermining me, causing me to doubt myself.
Here we go again.
I know thy purpose, wretch. This therapy business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
Nosferatu thinking is just another way of saying black and white thinking, because Nosferatu is the first movie about vampires, but in black and white. So they call it Nosferatu thinking because it's about vampires. Get it?
So now you doubt my sanity. Is there no end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me. You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
I'm gonna tame him like a wild horse.
Easy there.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you want to hurt me.
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
You really don't want to hurt me. You're keeping safe.
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than
I
right
love
here.
this so much.
We're friends. That's right, you're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. To sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
'Tis so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages. Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Indeed. I, too, am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
Tain't my place to comment.
Oh, it seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session. I think you did pretty dang well today.
Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
Aye, we shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
Dang, what the hell was that?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
Yes, it really is his ability! Treating people like horses gets them to calm down!
Oh, that. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
Save it for our next session. Rest, Samuel. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Oh, not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose. All right, Andy, I'll see you later.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life.
Alright, I'm actually just gonna take a short break right here to get more water because I'm out. I'll leave you to the jams though.
probably want to forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
Your cat is over my face. I love the music in this.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down.
Yeah,
Got a
we
shot prepared
schmoovin'.
for you.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? A Bloody Mary?
No, a Bloody Steve. That's what he said his name was.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. Seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
He was pretty confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least. Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think
he
he'll be
is.
keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with, but let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here.
Okay.
What happens at Eminard happens with consent. Got it?
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
Was that the wrong thing?
You.
Oh. Ooh, I love her look. She's purple. She's your favorite colors, Dana.
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
Yep, that's me, drinking blood to live.
Yes, you do. I saw you. I see everything. My name is Panoptibella. It means I see all, and I am beautiful. I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi, and now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Yep, that is so.
Come, drink from my neck. I wish to see what it is like. Those are my arteries. Do you not see what you are doing?
Oh, shucks, maybe I'm colorblind.
Yes, I see now. That was very pleasant.
Yeah, you would need to watch the first part to understand what they're talking about.
You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another. I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
Hold on, first let me read what I wrote and what was about my last thing. Just finish up with a new client. This guy was feloniously burned the saloon down with his gaslighting superpowers. He's an actor type, which I don't have a lot of experience with. Never really got into theater stuff, except for maybe vaudeville. Something about watching people tumbling and smacking each other with blunt objects just speaks to the soul. Oh, so I pissed off Crimson last night. Tried to do the whole therapy thing on her without her permission, and she was hopping mad. I gotta remind myself that just because I'm learning to be a therapist doesn't mean make me everyone's therapist. Now we'll go back. My clients. I want to look at the last one. Edmund is afraid to get back into acting because he's afraid of getting into anything but universal praise. Self-centered mindset believes he determines what acting must be. Diminishes the thoughts and opinions of others. Champion gaslighter tried to convince me I was attacking him. Sees the world through theater. Next time I'd like to dig into where all this comes from. Why is this fella so insecure? Well, no, that's a lot of things with vampires. Like, they do connect that with sex, and the first two people that we drank blood from were like, they were very into it in like a sex way.
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Yeah, because like when Sam was like, he thought those two, the goths were vampires first. And he was like, when they started mentioning sex, he's like, "Oh, so you're those kinds of vampires."
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you. I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality.
We're gonna see another older lady vampire.
It took me far too long to do so.
She's as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
1,804. Dang. Med B. Origin the Bronze Age. An elder vampire like myself, Medi has lived mostly alone for the past 2 millennia. She grew up among wanton violence between Irish clan warlords and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. She now spends most of her time online, where she's become a streaming celebrity. I do not know what this means, but perhaps a younger vampire might. She's expressed frustration at the increasing demands of her followers. Suggestion, be patient with the elder. She is a streamer. Yeah, she was turned when she was young, but she's still technically like way old, considering 1,804 years old. But the other lady we did, she was legitimately an older woman, but also a vampire, who was turned when she was older.
Dang, she died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left her nicer looking corpse.
She's not VTubing though. It looks like she's streaming, like with her actual face. Like maybe she got a face cam. We don't know. We'll find out.
Alas, death does not often allow us to have much choice in the matter.
Says here she doesn't leave
sleep,
home unless she has to.
The VOD will be up in a couple of days on YouTube, so don't worry. She doesn't leave home unless she has to. That's me.
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
I sure do hope I can help her.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. She comes.
Bye, so Fifi. Sleep well. Oh my god!
Hello?
She is totally embraced being a streamer in the modern era, despite her age. She's like freaking adorable.
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it a Medbub? Medbee?
Mev is my real name. Medbee's just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
Oh, I love her. Her voice is so soft and cute. I can see why she got popular as a streamer.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Medi. I'm Sam.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse. Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about. You can keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much. I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on.
I can see what kind of demographic she ended up appealing to.
You can be my whiskery little pet.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
She's just basically saying you're very cute.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around. I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel. Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
Yeah, just a little.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese? Did your whiskers twitch?
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries. First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Well, it wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner. Besides, I make the rules about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it or find a new therapist.
You don't want me to do things to your body?
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
I mean, I like cheese. But I guess we'll say we don't eat cheese.
I don't eat cheese, you know that. We only drink blood anyway. Mortal food doesn't exactly agree with us.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
But I'm not a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
It's his mustache.
I just like the way they look.
So do I. That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
Well, I ain't gonna. Take it or leave it.
You're very mean for a mouse.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
Yeah, that's the demographic you've attracted. Just men who like to be patronized by pretty women.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me. But let's get to you and why you're here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
Overworked.
You're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work are you in?
I play video games.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
No, silly. More like Overcharged 2 and Pension Impact. More of an FPS and RPG girl.
Overwatch 2 and Genshin Impact.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Video games are lots of fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people.
Yeah, I understand completely who watched her too, Lulu.
Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
She's talking about Red Dead Redemption.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
I stream on Glitch.
Twitch.
And millions of followers there.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
Of course not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page. If I could pee, which I can't, because I'm a vampire.
Alright, you gotta walk me through this.
I'm gonna have him ask everything, because this is funny.
What's streaming mean if it ain't paying?
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. Only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though. What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone. I like the ones where there's lots and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Oh, you would love Doom.
Are they still using corn syrup to look like blood? It never looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games.
What's Only Zealous? He's only just learning about the internet. He's an old cowboy. Give him a chance.
What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal bloodbags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
This whole thing makes me feel old.
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
I had some more questions. Alright, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, they buy clothes and gifts for me, they dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them, too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
They're like servants?
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
And they're willing to just up and die for you?
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting. And they quite like my breasts and vulva.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
Yeah, she probably just eats anyone who comes to her house. Like that.
Breasts. Vulva.
Come on now.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
Suppose I enjoy reading and video games, and I can do those things alone. There's also playing games with my body.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow, ugh.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
Control fallacy.
Oh, wait a minute, that's one of them double control fallacies.
A control fallacy? What is that, Manling?
It's the idea that you either have complete control over something or no control over something.
Probably.
The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't in anyone's power. And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn against you ain't true either.
That is true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
Labeling.
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
But I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen. Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane?
She said she has her followers take care of the bodies.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
Projecting my vulnerability vibes.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
I'm pretty sure that one is disqualifying the positive.
Come on
yes!
now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer? I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. They always like it when I show off, though.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
You're very kind, Manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though, I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
Should statement. Should statement.
You
yes!
should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel. After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility. If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my bloodbags. Not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
My bloodfather used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods. Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for getting away from him. I know it ain't easy.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago. He'll slaughter us all when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's gonna be ever so much blood.
I think we can handle a vampire. There's a lot more of us now, and I bet the bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
You don't understand. He's a wizard.
He's a wizard! He's just been in there pondering his orb all this time.
Well, last I heard, wizards ain't bulletproof. Let's give ourselves a little credit. I ain't gonna worry too much
Wizard
about this
vampire!
thing. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right? These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel and horrible.
Hold on. What would this one be? It's not really labeling because there are bad people. Maybe Nosferatu thinking?
I know you've been through
Nosferatu
some
thinking,
tough
yes!
times, Mitty, and you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think people are all awful. But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We could talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them.
I'm pretty sure that's a control policy, but saving just in case.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of. Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
Such as when the machines arrived.
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Did not like that very much.
Oh, so you were like a bog witch. She was like a bog witch originally, I guess. Bog witch vampire.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
Yes. The machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
Girl, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're using a machine to stream, so...
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich Namona.
I knew
Witch
it!
of the
The Witch of the Bog!
I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
Knew it! I knew it! I knew she was a bog witch! Labeling.
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster. But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
Ah! Got something in my eye now.
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
I didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? but keep going.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Why should you show them what a monster you are?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but the policemen don't like that very much.
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Nope.
We
First
ancient
wrong one.
vampires are very few.
Control policy? No.
We ancient vampires are very few. I can tell you.
Not that. It's not that. Qualifying the positive?
You know, you're what, some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us could dream of. Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
Hell yeah, he's right, girl.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real-life people. Unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the positive by canceling out all them skills you got. You can use all that modern lingo I've barely even heard of. You dab, fam?
That was ages ago.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. But the world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood? Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them. Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost. Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
I don't think it'll come to that. Just spend some time outside and see how you feel, and we'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home. I promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting. Farewell then, little mouse.
Hoo-wee!
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
She was something else.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you will be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel into Presteria. You have done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it.
No, she doesn't kidnap them. They seem to like willingly become her servants because they're like those guys who like throw themselves at women's feet just to be like dominated, like those kinds of guys.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Tarnation. I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs.
Says the guy who was up all night one night watching Three Stooges. Betty's feeling overwhelmed by her followers on social media and their demands. She relies on them for food and help dealing with mortals. Talks about mortals if they're all the same, spend a lot of time online, create strong one-way attachments with their followers, needs to get outside, bad at boundaries. I think next time I should figure out why she got such a simple view of mortals. Maybe she'd be better off if she didn't see them as ants.
I wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
Giddy up, little doggy.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. Makes me feel old.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client lives there.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
But we did. She did say she was going to take a walk outside. So I do think that does count.
I reckon I can be of some aid. Just gotta figure out all this technology. My dial-up modem might not be up to today's standard.
Maybe you were right. You are ancient. But I'm glad you're feeling confident, cowboy. A vampire who can adapt is a mighty fine one.
Gosh.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet. I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend. I've got a rare blood cancer. Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Oh,
I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face.
She's calling everybody out, including us.
I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
No, like, she was 30 when she was diagnosed, around in her 30s when she was diagnosed, when she started rock climbing, and that's when she found Andy. And she's been drinking his blood for the last 20 years, which has been keeping her frozen at the age of 30 while she's 50.
I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
No, I ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
Ooh, that actually looks nice.
No garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's
yeah. You can get all kinds of cancer. There's blood cancer, bone cancer.
Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
I'm curious to see what cartoon ends up playing just because we got a full episode of the Three Stooges last time.
I used to have a crush on Betty Boop and I ain't ashamed.
Oh my god, we're gonna watch a full Betty Boop episode! I've never actually watched a Betty Boop cartoon, so I really want to see what happens in this. Oh, fun fact, did you know Betty Boop is supposed to be black? The actress she was based off of? Just didn't translate well to black and white, obviously. Because she was a lighter toned black woman.
Night, Betty.
With an ink man. He does look a bit like Kaufmo. Bro, what are you eating? Oh, you just have a cavity, okay. I know that pain. Eee. I know that pain too well. She was a poodle, really? Hmm. Oh no, wait, his name actually is Kaufmo. Oh, I wonder if the one from Amazing Digital Circus was inspired by him then. Painting a dentist's office. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't like that. I didn't either. Oh, Coco the clown. I heard Kaufmo when he said Coco. When she said Coco. Yeah, this fits in with the time. My mom told me that when she got cavities, they just ripped out her teeth instead of filling them, and that's why like almost all her back molars are just dentures. As the girlfriend of the dog guy, I can't remember. Yeah, they were. And when my mom went to the dentist, the island that she grew up in was like 20 years behind on everything. So they were just still doing the teeth pulling then when she was like when she was 16. I was about to say my age, but I'm like, no, wait. Oh my god, really? That is one strong bottle of laughing gas to spread this far. No, I always found it weird they call it laughing gas, but the time I've had laughing gas for dentist appointments, I never laughed. I didn't really feel anything. It just made me feel sleepy. Rip that car. Are the zombies gonna laugh? Okay, they're not. That's not disturbing. Well, okay then.
They don't make them like they used to. I think that's enough action for one night. Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
A fine evening to you, Samuel. How are you feeling tonight?
Let me read what my thing says. So I know the internet's been driving the motor with baddie, but dang if it ain't affecting us vampires too. I've got a new client that has half the world watching her play video games online. What's that all about? Next thing you know, they'll be making cinemas where you stand behind the screen and watch folks watching the movies. Well, it sure is a strange place. And he says it's for new clients, and I'm grateful for that. I'm feeling a little cooped up in here in the city. I'm taking a weekend trip to the mountains out in the highs. Gonna take an Autobahn. I'm past fearing death anyway. Gonna quickly save. And I'm gonna go grab my medication. Oh wait, no, that wasn't an alert for my medication. It's only 9 o'clock. Never mind then. That was just a little buzz from Twitch. From one of the streamers I follow.
Not bad, not bad. A little overwhelmed, but I guess I kind of have a lot going on these days.
Indeed you do. The mind is an easy place to get lost in, is it not?
You ain't kidding. Keeping all them cognitive distortions in my head and sorting through all my clients' problems ain't easy.
We are not machines, Samuel. I believe you will find that you can never handle everything at once. There is a term the mortals use these days, multitasking. It's a kind of meta-control fallacy. Even we must handle thoughts one at a time.
I guess. I just hope I can concentrate on my own therapy with all this stuff bouncing around in my noggin.
I do not expect you to be an exception to the rule, my dear fellow. Let us see whether we can clear your head. I would like to introduce you to a ritual I have learned for stilling the mind.
This some kind of ancient vampire secret?
Oh, the meditation thing that's coming up. I did, when I was looking to see if there was an achievement for the Three Stooges, I did see this come up.
No, it's just meditation.
Oh.
That does not make the technique any less valuable. Now then, close your eyes. I will guide you through this process.
Alright, there's an achievement for this, so I'm gonna save because I want to get it. There's also an achievement from at the very beginning. You remember when we had the option of whether or not to allow or deny the goths to come in with us? You get an achievement if you deny them for being asshole to them.
Think of a place that brings you comfort. Where is it?
I'd have to say the woods. I always liked being in nature.
Then imagine the woods and let your thoughts come to you. When you try to focus on your thoughts, you will find them difficult to catch. What you must do is simply breathe. Simply concentrate on your thoughts for a moment, and they will clear. When they become elusive once more, simply let your breath go. I shall let you begin.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. Andy sure is a tall glass of water. I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting. Focus, Sam, focus.
I'm kind of confused by this.
Who's got a pretty mane? Wonder what's on Batflix. Should I hook up with Reinhardt? I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City.
Am I doing this right?
Relax. Ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
No idea if I don't understand either.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, all right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about
don't think
all
I
them
did that
cognitive
right.
distortions. My horse came up a lot.
I can't have multiple thoughts. That's what it wants.
Think. Then imagine when you try to what you must simply call when they become. I shall let you begin.
I ain't sure isn't for this glass of wine. I kind of miss this. Focus, Sam. Focus, man. Wonder what's on Batflix. Should I hook up with Reinhardt? I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City. Relax. Ain't no vampire hunters here. Is it you?
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, all right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well,
Your
yeah, princess. She
think
was
I'm
my
doing
horse
that
back when I
right.
was alive. I still...
Think of then imagine when you what simply when they become. I shall let you begin.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. And it sure is a tall glass of water. I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting. Focus, Sam, focus. Who's got a pretty mane? Wonder what's on Batflix. Should I hook up with Reinhardt? I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City. Relax, ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, all right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
I'll try another time then.
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about all them cognitive distortions. My horse came up a lot.
Your horse?
Yeah, Princess. She was my horse back when I was alive. I still think about her every day. I can't really stop.
I understand. I have bonded with many horses in my own life, but it sounds as though the loss of Princess was particularly fraught.
Yeah.
Would you like to start there?
Not sure I'd like it, but seeing as it's come up, maybe we should talk about what happened to her. It's got a lot to do with my
Oh
whole
no,
gang.
did they kill her?
I mentioned them before. Well, the Mystic Bastards was their name. They were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose, and I had nothing to lose.
That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking, my friend.
Oh, I can see that now. But it turned out I still did have something to lose. And they took that from me to prove my loyalty. They took my princess, killed her in cold blood, and made me watch the whole thing. They made sure she saw me too.
I hate those guys even more. Oh my god. I want to find them and kill them.
Oh, Samuel, I am so sorry.
I just stood there, watching her dying, with them big eyes looking at me like she knew I'd betrayed her. They knew what it would take to break me, and it's my fault for letting them do it.
But Samuel, these Mystic Bastards, it sounds as though these loyalty tests were a cruel, mechanical part of their indoctrination process. These are the actions of a cult. They had no special care for you or your princess.
Well, sure as shit worked. They knew where to hit me, and it's my fault for letting it happen.
What they did, Samuel, had little to do with you personally. You were vulnerable, and they took advantage. This is what cults do. But Samuel, you are exhibiting a cognitive distortion known as personalization. You are attributing the Mystic Bastards' actions entirely to your own supposed failings. While it is natural to grieve for your horse, holding yourself solely responsible is neither fair nor accurate.
Yeah. Personalization. Often we assume things happen because of us. Heck, often they do. That's why we get tempted by personalization. We're only linking external events to ourselves in cases where realistically they a definite link. Sometimes we actually are out to get us, or we do cause events, but sometimes we're doing some personalization. Examples: the Vampire Country Club doesn't allow cowboy hats. They made that a rule just to discriminate against me. They kind of got spooked and ran off. They must have been scared, dumped in my face, not in the storm. Vampire Hunter found my lair. Something about me must have screamed, "Target me."
Hold on a sec, my head's hurting. I can't hold on to all them distortions all the time. Ain't personalization a lot like a control fallacy?
An astute observation, Samuel. Personalizations are often a form of control fallacy.
Oh, they got replaced.
While control fallacies often manifest as a belief that you have more control over external events than is actually the case, personalization is a more specific tendency to believe that external events are reactions to you. But let us leave control fallacies out of the picture for now. You are correct that keeping all distortions in mind at once is unrealistic. I would not interrupt your thoughts if I did not think personalization important. You are shouldering the blame for Princess's death. I can see that.
Well, if it ain't my fault, who else's is it?
The Mystic Bastards, of course. Let me put it into perspective for you. I will make a series of statements, and you help me identify the personalization distortion. I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm.
Oh yeah, hold on. This was also a thing I just saw when I was looking at the achievements. If I refuse to use this one, it's an achievement.
I beat Crimson's neck last night and missed the vein because I was distracted. It was entirely my fault. Batflix raised my subscription price again because they knew I would pay no matter what. My friend, we are only trying to identify personalization distortions right now. Please try once more. Batflix raised my subscription price again because...
Well, that's the personalization.
Wait, hold on.
Batflix has no earthly clue who you are.
I'm gonna lose my streak if I don't load back up. I feel like garbage, but that doesn't make it reality. Examples, I get the shivers walking into the ghost town, so it's gotta be haunted. Feeling comfortable around them, young vampires, they must be up to no good. This horse trader feels trustworthy, so he must be. Let's do the deal.
I understand the guilt you feel, Samuel, but your guilt does not act on its own. This terrible thing, it did happen. And some choices you made undoubtedly created the circumstances for it to occur. You are not blameless, but let us restrict your blame to what you have actually done.
I'm sorry. I get awful worked up when talking about my princess. You should have seen her, Andy. She had these eyes. She looked right into my tainted soul and still loved me.
I understand, Samuel. We feel tremendous guilt when we fail an animal. When we look at reality, it is not to dismiss our burdens, but to process them fairly. I would like you to understand emotional reasoning so you can see how emotions color our thoughts. Please listen, and call me out when I am using emotional reasoning. I feel anxious. Perhaps it is the garlic naan I smell from the Indian restaurant next door. The mood in my club is somber tonight. I am sure it is a reflection of my own dark mood.
That's the emotional reasoning right there.
We're crying because we learned the tragic backstory of Sam's horse.
Exactly. Our emotions can feel all-encompassing.
His old gang made him watch them kill her in front of him.
We are animals, Samuel. There is a small cluster of brain tissue at the base of the cranium that tells us we are safe or that we are about to die. The complexity of our existence is at odds with our biology, but we have the logic to recognize it.
Well, if reincarnation's a thing, I think I'd rather come back as a horse.
It is indeed a boon and a curse to have human complexity of thought.
No kidding. If I were a horse, I'd know better than to join any cowboy gang, let alone the Mystic Bastards. I'd be happy with a bag of oats and a field to run around in.
How did you end up with the Mystic Bastards in the first place?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much choice. Nobody would have taken me in at that point, except a hangman, maybe. I wasn't a vampire yet, so hanging didn't sound too appealing. The last job I did got my brother killed, and after that, my wife left with my daughter, and I never saw him again. Can't say I blame her.
Yeah, this is all very tragic backstory.
I didn't have nobody. Ain't no surprise that a vampire gang would be the only people to take me in.
Oh, it was a vampire gang. So they turned him into a vampire after watching them. After they made him watch them kill his horse.
Aha, so that is how you turned.
Yes, sir. It wasn't pleasant. Not the candlelight and writhing body sort of affair you see in mortal vampire stories.
That is terrible, Samuel. The turning is never easy. How did they find you?
That job that got my brother killed? We partnered up with one of them Mystic Bastards for it. He knew where to find me.
And he knew you were vulnerable, and that you had no place to go.
I've thought about that. Were they setting me up all along? Maybe. But whether they were or not, I really didn't have any place to go. I know when them wanted dead or alive posters go up, folk find dead easier and more fun. People saw me as outlaw scum when I was a kid, and there was no way they were going to be kinder knowing I was in a gang.
You know this for a fact. You are certain that no one would have any pity on you at all, that your only recourse was to join your gang?
I guess I don't actually know that no one but the bastards would have taken me in. Sounds like a cognitive distortion, huh?
I think you see the patterns now. It may seem like pedantry, and perhaps it is, but pedantry is the search for ultimate truth.
Spoken like a true pedant.
It comes with being terrifyingly old. You discovered the cognitive distortion before I could point it out to you. It is a cognitive distortion similar to Nosferatu thinking, so let us put that particular distortion out of our minds for now. Yes, things were grim for you, but your experiences caused you to assume that there were none who would favor you with a kind eye. You were exhibiting the cognitive distortion of overgeneralization, the idea that no mortal could accept you. This clouded truth made you vulnerable to the Mystic Bastards' approach.
Overgeneralization. If we take one or two experiences and assume future experiences will always be the same. Mortals never generalize when they think all vampires date high school. Based on that one vampire book they read. We know that we've experienced, but it's a distortion to think our experiences represent a pattern or that the whole of something. Example, every time I play poker, I lose. I'll never win this game. Transylvanians sure are creepy. I knew a man who smoked a pack a day and died at age 96. I reckon tobacco's fine.
Damn. Maybe you ain't wrong, huh?
No, he actually said that would cause him to have lots of PTSD flashbacks. I was missing a letter.
Dang it, should statement.
Your mind is not a cognitive distortion shooting gallery, Samuel. Cut yourself some slack. All we seek is recognition of our distortions, not perfection and not punishment. Let us test your ability to recognize overgeneralization. Then I believe we will have covered enough for tonight. Allow me to begin. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough.
Oh my god.
Vampires from Transylvania all have funny accents. I want to suck your blood. Who talks like this?
That seems like an overgeneralization, Andy. I ain't sure any of them ever sounded like that. Pretty sure they all sound American these days anyway from watching bat flicks all the time.
Correct, Samuel. I apologize for the offensive accent. It was employed only to prove a point. I don't believe you have found all my overgeneralizations yet. Let me repeat my statements. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything.
Wait, ain't you an elder vampire? You don't seem like much of a know-it-all.
That's right, Samuel. Though, in all honesty, I used to be quite insufferable myself. I Samuel, greetings. You are seeing Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
Oh, we're seeing Dr. Drain. Yeah, we can do one more session and then I'll call it a night. Let me read what it says, though. I thought we were gonna see Crimson, my ramblings. Had a great weekend. I really needed to get out in nature again. I saw a whole bunch of funny birds. I never saw it back home and just enjoyed staying out under the stars. I did run into mortals. They didn't speak a lot of English, but they could definitely do the accent. Guess I think all Americans sound like me. I couldn't get too close to them though, so I had to live on local wildlife blood. I drank from a boar. Not bad, but could have done without the bristles. Back in Leipzig now. Just learned 3 more cognitive distortions. I think I'm getting the hang of this thing.
That's right. I'm keen to see how he's getting on. That fella's got himself wrapped up real tight.
Do not expect too much change too quickly. It takes a while for thoughts to internalize, even when we know the truth of them logically. It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
I do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend. But let us ensure we address Dr. Drain's core distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
Was he disqualifying the positive or should statements? It was one or the other. We'll start saving over the first one. Yeah, what was it? Purple. It's a bit of both. Should statements.
That fella's a should statement machine, I'll tell you what.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this distortion with him, but I would like you to pick the rest to keep in mind, Samuel. Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters. But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere. We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with, so pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
Aww.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend. You will not catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating.
Oh, so this is how I get the achievement.
Cognitive distortions. We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
Wait, hold on. This is the thing.
I think I've got what I need now.
Very good, Samuel. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I think I'm ready. And here comes the man himself.
Actually, I'll save that for a different time. And I'll load it and actually use the ones that I want. So we know he's a big should statement person. No, he's control fallacy. Maybe... Yeah, personalization. And maybe... Oh, Jesus Christ! Thanks for the follow. I forgot I was so concentrated I got spooked by my own. Might use overgeneralization though, as well as disqualifying the positive. That's the thing. Oh wait, I already have that one. He does do a lot of black and white thinking though. Yeah, let's go with this.
I think I've got what I need now.
Very good, Samuel. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I think I'm ready, and here comes the man himself. I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month.
That was glitched.
Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements. Yes, exactly. And what a waste of time that was. I took what we spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool. But the should statements, as you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together. You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory. I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster
Okay, this
than
was
that
what's
now.
supposed to say. I don't have that
Sounds to
thing.
me like we could be having a fruitful conversation about moderation. I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand. This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Okay. No, right here. We'll save it right there. Which one would this be? Oh. Yeah, I'll start saving on page 2. Actually, I'll do that now. Nosferatu thing? No.
Dr. Drain is assigning himself quite an imperative, but whence came...
I agree with you that should statements are human, but that don't make them universal. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc. That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Witness the wages of our sin. Now hold on a sec, Doc. I think we better... The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam. What in hell?
I understand what he's supposed to be now, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I honestly prefer... I figured you were gonna do something like that, Data.
Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you,
Oh
darling?
my god.
I'm Sam. I'm your therapist, Doc. You know that. My therapist! Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely pathetic. A vampire therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain. Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Lyritus. And unlike that sad sack of quivering shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire. I kill, I drink, I fuck, and I'm dead sexy.
Yeah, he's gonna be that kind. Okay. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna comment on the lack of glasses, because where did those go?
Weren't you wearing glasses before? I don't need glasses. Reading is what people do when they can't find anyone to fuck, which is not a problem I face.
Okay.
Oh, you're missing out, fella. I got into reading after I died, and there's whole worlds to discover in books.
This seriously feels like Bruja's Vampire Eclipse. Oh god.
Oh, you're so fucking boring. There's a whole word to discover up my arse as well. Well, you don't have to be so crass. Yes, I see it in your eyes. You're afraid, aren't you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me.
I'm uncomfortable, but I'm laughing at the same time. Oh my god.
Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat. I wouldn't try it. I'm not you, though, am I?
Ooh.
And I am always hungry. I suggest you stay right where you are.
Yeah! Gun!
A vampire with a gun? Oh, how our kind have fallen. What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill me? Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you. Oh, how very kind of you to care about me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live. Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat. Ugh, talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. But very well. At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes? All right, but I'm watching you, hombre. Look all you like. The show is free. This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature. Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you. And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine. I'm more free than I've ever been, but don't you worry about me. Let's talk about you. You're going to psychoanalyze me. I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion. We'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason. You're not wrong about that. You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his own life.
Control policy? No!
This Lord Lourdes seems to have a very ego.
No.
This Lord Lourdes seems to have a very ego.
Which one is it? Not that, not that. It's not should statement, obviously. Personalization?
You think this is all about you,
Okay, there
but
we
you're
go.
damn wrong. It's about Dr. Drain. Please. The man could die. Has died. And it hasn't made a damn bit of difference to anyone. Without me, he barely even has an existence. Poor fool. His penis was nearly mummified when I got hold of it.
Okay.
Okay, that's gross, and also wrong. Dr. Drain existed long before you did. If you call that an existence. I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes.
No.
Lord Lourdes seems to believe Dr.
something. A lot of who you are is because of Dr. Drain. You know that fella denies himself a lot, and you do all them things he refrains from. Besides, didn't he make that plasma you sprung from? Do you know? You're absolutely correct. Very well. I'll give the little twerp his credit. He did bring me into existence, and what a wonderful existence it is. Were you aware that vampires possess absolutely no gag reflex? I can prove it.
Oh.
I don't mess with my clients. But I'm not your client. That little rat man in tweed is. Of course he would deny himself the pleasure. You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, and thanks to you, he has begun to. Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining. His have only bred him hundreds of years of pathetic existence. Well, that don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires a hell of a lot more depraved than you who think you should be doing things differently. Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I don't know about, I should very much like to know where they are.
My face literally cannot get any redder, dude, please.
How old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now. Oh, things are starting to make a lot more sense. You certainly sound like a 14-year-old. The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be. You're awful confident about that, but I got bad news for you. You don't control Dr. Drain, he controls you. Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake, he shall be mine. Oh yeah, and how do you know that? I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then? No, only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises. So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident. Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible? There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live. I notice a funny way you and Dr. Drain talk about each other, as though you're totally different people. You really think that's true? Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak. Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire. He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood. You can't just discount everything about Dr. Drain just because he doesn't drink fresh blood. The guy's managed to live for 430 years. He's got to be doing something right. Besides, let's say you get your wish and everyone just becomes vampire food. Where are you going to get blood when everyone's dead? Well, you raise a valid point. Perhaps I'll start a mortal farm. Yes, that's it. They'll walk on all fours and be completely naked at all times. I'll milk them each day and raise stud mortals. Oh, this has possibilities. Why, thank you, darling. Brilliance can come from such unlikely places. Oh, dang, I wish I hadn't mentioned it. Why so shy, darling? You must have more experience than the dear doctor. I wouldn't be surprised if you were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin. I think I'm gonna surprise you, Lord, whatever you're calling yourself, but I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too. How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him? I am an animal, pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window. What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher. The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest. You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for? When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be. There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat? Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time. I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
Huh?
Not so fast. You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun. That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover.
He likes connections with people. He doesn't just like sleeping around. We are the adults, that's the issue.
Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out? Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave. Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn? I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I.
Of course, throw flowers at him, Dana.
He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live? Point is, you're gonna get real fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing. Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do.
It is a bit sad that Lord Lourdes has such a limited view.
You're just as bad as Dr. Drain with all them should statements. He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do. You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need. Oh, did I forget to mention all the fucking? No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick. I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like him or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head. Fuck you. Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you. If you're gonna kill me, you'd better be a quicker draw than I am. You wanna try your luck, compadre? No need. I do thirst, though, and I smell something downstairs. I smell mortals and virgins. Oh, how delicious. You've been holding out on me, cowboy. You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people. At least you're aware enough to know that I am a ravenous beast. And beast that I am, I must kill.
You will do no such thing to my mortals. Restrain yourself.
Oh, now who is this beautiful morsel?
Yeah, everyone says it about Andra Mahos.
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Daddy.
I will keep this poor animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling it. Deserve some rest. I will meet with you later.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt.
Well, now I'm just disappointed. All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later. And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is, think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need. Oh, Vom, get out of here already. Not you two.
Survived his session. Oh my god. Oh, we have viewer attacks and I have universal attacks that are free.
Barely walked out of that one alive. And I thought therapy was just talking.
Oh god. You, Dr. Drain, transferred to Lord Luridus during our session today. That dude has got some issues. He just hates Dr. Drain, and Drain hates him. Lurid loves what Drain rejects. One sex. Luridus believes in acting like our animal cells without apology. Where Drain is scientific, Luridus is unscientific. Luridus is extremely confident. I got to talk to Dr. Drain about where this Lord Luridus comes from and see if I can't get these two fellows speaking the same language. I have a feeling that his way of containing the beast is just doming him.
I could use a drink. I could use a drink.
If it isn't the Lone Ranger.
Hey, Crimson.
You look a little down, cowboy.
It's fine. I'm just still shaking my head at all that.
I don't mind if I do.
Rough one tonight.
You could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
That ain't good. I hope you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand being a vampire, so the vampire comes out in nasty ways.
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night. So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
More or less. Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
I think I handled it okay.
I think I did all right. I learned a whole bunch of cognitive distortions now, so I was still able to challenge the beast. Well, the way I figure it, he's still desperate for help, even if he doesn't act like it.
I can see why Andy likes you. A heart's still beating in there.
I'm a creature of the night, too. I just want to help my kin.
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you. Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
You know my big secret already. I wouldn't have told it to you if I didn't believe in you.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humbled.
Quit it
Hi,
with the all
Polaris.
shucks stuff. Now you're
We're
just trying
just
to be cute.
reaching the end of the stream. We just got past we just got past the session. A very horny dude.
And making success.
Oh my god, these two are back.
Oh, hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the king room.
Oh god.
Would you like to chat in the kink room, Maxie?
I would like that very much.
So what's going on, Maxie?
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Oh, I feel that.
Well, what happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code. We did not have our queries parameterized, so I warned the backend developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
Wait, what did she say? How do I view history?
That sounds like a real mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone, just like your user table thing.
Hold on. What? How do I look at history? Alright, so to be able to drop the user table entirely.
Well, maybe your boss was hopping mad, but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
Oh my god, why?
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
Leave meine Arterien alone.
Oh, dang it, what's wrong with me tonight?
Oh, I'm supposed to like the blue parts.
I feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
I'm well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
And you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for Sam. I'll see you kids later.
And the cowboy runs away.
Samuel, greetings.
Alright. I think that's a good place to call it. Oh my god. Sorry you got here a bit late, Polaris. You should be able to watch the VOD to see what you missed. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining. I'm gonna go take my meds, splash cold water in my face, and go to bed. Bye!